Hi everyone, welcome back to another Ecosystem Spotlight Q&A. I'm Almana from Partisia Blockchain, and today I'm joined by Radu and Vilma, who are the co-founders of Monadi. And today we're going to be discussing more about Monadi and what they're doing and why they choose to build on Partisia Blockchain. So before we get started, would you mind just both introducing yourselves, a little bit about your team, your role, and how you met, obviously?
Hi everyone. My name is Radu.
And my name is Vilma. And we are indeed two of the co-founders of Monadi. And just a quick introduction of myself. I come originally from Finland, and I've been working in the sustainability scene for the past 2 years in a startup called SDG Monitor. My background is in data science and engineering. And my passion and interests are in creating sustainability management tools, and especially I'm interested in data management. So yeah, that's also a big part of Monadi. So which you will hear about a little bit later. So maybe Radu, you want to do the next part?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm originally from Romania, but we're currently tuning in from Amsterdam, where we both live. My background is in software engineering, but for the past year and a half, I've been working in blockchain development at a company called Blocks. So a little bit about how we met. SDG Monitor and Blocks have been connected by our common business partner, where the goal of this partnership was to bring together sustainability and blockchain into our currently amazing project called Monadi.
Great, thank you. Sounds good. So what is the main objective of Monadi?
So Monadi is a platform for sustainability data management and reporting for CSRD. So what is CSRD? CSRD stands for Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, which is a regulation imposed by the EU, and it's in effect starting 2024 actually. Currently, there are around 50,000 companies in the EU that are obliged to comply with this directive. So what does this directive do? It requires companies to start disclosing their sustainability information and their impacts on their environmental, social, and governance matters. The few criteria that the companies need to meet in order to comply with CSRD and in order to be obliged to report this on this directive are two out of the following three. A company has to have at least 40 million euros in net turnover, 20 million in assets, and at least 250 employees. Of course, as anyone can imagine, this is a huge obligations for companies, and this also brings a great business opportunity for us. So that's where we actually started thinking about and brainstorming how can we help that process.
And that leads to our next question. How were you sort of introduced to Partisia Blockchain, and most importantly, why did you choose to build on the blockchain?
So we chose to use Partisia Blockchain because it actually enables us to solve the main problems. Main problem is that these kind of regulations require a lot of data, and managing sustainability data is a tricky task. And yeah, we want to make it more easier. So why it's tricky is because there is no such thing really as sustainability data, but it's scattered throughout the organization and also into external sources. So for example, you need to gather data from your energy provider, from human resources, financial department, or for example, research and development. So we want to make a platform that brings all of this together. Also, when a company starts measuring, they usually set long-term goals as well as together with short-term goals. You hear a lot that, okay, we have these goals that span even up to 2050, and you can imagine that there is a lot of data gathered from now to then. So we want to also bring all this data into Monadi to be managed to that time. And of course, we want to take care of this data in a safe, credible, transparent way in order to in order to offer comparable results as well. So Partisia Blockchain really enables us to do this, because you have so many, they have so many advanced blockchain technologies such as MPC and zero knowledge. Did I miss something? I think sorry.
Yeah, we have recently found that companies are very reluctant in sharing their sustainability data. There's this big question mark over sustainability data and what it even means. And it usually implies very sensitive data. So extremely secure solutions, such as the ones that are offered by Partisia, are a game changer for us and are actually a big part of our value proposition.
Yeah.
And to go over why did we choose the Partisia blockchain is, of course, as a second matter, we have been fortunate enough to win the second prize at the hackathon organized by Partisia in blockchain last December. So as a result of that competition, we were offered a grant and we were able to bring this project to life. So yeah, I guess here we are.
Yeah. Right, that's good. I can imagine there's quite a lot of challenges that you've come across on the way. What challenges have you come across and what are you looking for in the future?
So, well, the main, there have been, of course, this has been, we have had we have divided our project into 4 milestones. Yeah. And throughout the milestones, there have been all kinds of things that we've had to take care of. And now, of course, when we are developing the actual platform, with software development, there always are some challenges. Mm-hmm. We're currently building the backend and the database structure because it's one of the most important aspects. And we need to handle huge amounts of data at some point, hopefully. So we need to make sure that it's properly set up. So this has been quite a challenge so far. And now
I think one of our biggest roadblocks was actually finding a company to pilot this project with. As I mentioned before, the biggest issue in this market is the data sensitivity. Everyone wants to keep their data for themselves internally, and they do not want to put it out there in an environment they are not really familiar with. So one of our also biggest roadblocks, but also accomplishments, was to get in a partnership with a company that actually has to start complying with CSRD starting off next year. And they are running this pilot project with us. They will be providing real life data to us and to have it managed on our platform. And of course, serve the purpose of test data, but also give them insights over how their sustainability processes are going.
Yeah, and of course, now they get the first introduction to something that they have to do in a couple of years. So we're really excited about this as well. To get to work with a real company. So
and the real data. We have been fortunate enough to be trusted, of course, with their data, which is also very sensitive. So we're excited to actually bring this to a real life use case.
Then so the MVP should be out in the end of the summer, and we're going to, and also the data that we're going to use is about. It's serving the purpose of our use case, which is a social one. So it's about the pay gap between women and men, and we will be following also the European Sustainability Reporting Standards, which is the one that offers us the methodologies and the guidelines needed for the CSRD. So we are really trying to do this whole process exactly how it's going to be in the future. So that's it's really exciting. So we'll see. Most likely there will be more challenges coming in our way, but so far so good, really.
Especially when it comes to these EU regulations, we're trying to follow all their methodologies by the book. But it has been also one of our not problems, but hard things to pass on, because we're trying to, at the moment, simplify around 700 of pages worth of drafts that conclude the CSRD regulations into a platform where any user can simply add their data based on their company's information.
Yeah, I think you touched a little bit on the next question, which is what your current project status is. I don't know if you had anything else to add to what you're working on at the moment.
So in our where we are at the moment, we have a couple. I'd say a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, we have actually started the development of our platform. We are currently building the backend and the databases for it, which is also one of the most important parts.
Yeah, well, as we already said,
Yeah.
But yeah. So next part is going to be just to bring it into live, and I think we hope that the platform will be done in the end of July. So like at least for the first use case, and then yeah, I think we want to also bring in some features on how to monitor your progress and or the company's progress, and also yeah, help them to strive for better results. And then of course like have something that will help with the CSRD reporting. So yeah, so
important to note, by the end of the summer, we are our first use case will be available to the large public, and we are welcoming everyone to try out our platform, to try out a test case, add their data, see how it's going, how they can manage it, and give us loads of feedback, of course.
Yeah. Great, sounds good. And what goals do you have sort of in the long term in terms of your roadmap?
So currently, we really want to get out the MVP, and then we're going to reassess how companies want to start doing this CSRD reporting, what kind of tools they need. Yeah. So hopefully, Monadi, we will be much smarter after this MVP is out, and then we'll see what new features we need, and that's about it.
What is the best way for everyone to keep up to date your project? I know you're currently working on your website, but yeah, what is the best way for everyone to sort of keep in contact with you?
Soon enough, we'll also have a landing page for our platform, but in the meantime, you can keep up with our links in here, my LinkedIn, and of course, Vilma's, and of course, the companies that we work on currently on their websites. You can find much more information about what we're doing at the moment.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.